I was in elementary school, I had gone to the local ear hospital, Pittsburgh Eye and Ear Hospital, and had a hearing test. And the audiologist that was giving the test kept saying, you're not paying attention to us. Watch me when you're doing this test. Watch me what I'm doing. And so that was how I knew when to raise my hand that they were doing the test as to how to answer. Not giving them the correct answers they needed. I was answering what she wanted. And so I made do for years and years. Around 2002, I was babysitting my sister's 3 little girls. The youngest one was 3. When the other 2 were in school, the 3-year-old had answered the telephone for me because I couldn't hear it. And that was when I finally had to admit, hey, look, this is not working. Something's got to give. And that was when I went looking after hearing aids. With the regular hearing aids, I still could not hear everything. It magnified things, but it also magnified the background noises. So more times than not, I would just shut them off. Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, I would put them in my pockets. A lot of times it was more convenient not to have them on. And so things like that hurt the regular hearing aids. I sweat a lot. They shorted out. I would have one out for repair, get it back, and drop off the other one. I wore 2 of them constantly. And it just was not a practical situation. With my husband being ill, you try to sleep with them on so you'd be able to hear if he had a problem during the night. And you put your head down, they whistled. And so you would put one in and try to remember to wake up and switch to the other hearing aid and take that one out while you were sleeping. So it didn't give you a good night's sleep. I was actually, from what I understand, the 5th person in the world, the first one in Pittsburgh, to get the new on-voice system when phase 2 came out. And to me, it was fantastic because I could hear things that I'd never heard before. It was totally amazed. I was just walking around and my brothers and sisters loved it because I would just go, I didn't know that made noise. I didn't know this made noise. I didn't know you could hear that. I didn't know a pen made noise when you wrote. That was something I never heard. That was something I never put a sound to because you don't read a book and it says that the pen made noise when you wrote. I didn't know it. Nobody stands there and says, oh, my pen's making noise because I'm writing. It wasn't something I ever put a sound to. I didn't know that when I talked, I should be able to hear myself. That was not something I heard. I knew what I was saying, so I heard it in my mind, but I never heard the words. The job that I do interviews all day, and I do a lot of them on the phone. And to hear them on the phone, I really put forth a lot of effort. It was a draining experience to do an interview on a phone. I needed the job, so I made it work. And whenever I did personal interviews, I would just situate myself so that I was actually looking at the person and seeing what they were saying. And so it did. I made it work, and I made it work well. But now to actually be able to hear what's going on is an amazing difference.